Testing. Hello. Hello. Testing. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, yeah, I can hear you. For some reason, Skype was not using my headphones for... Hey, I don't remember ever using this before. And now I just lost your share. There we go. Yeah, you don't need to do that. How do I make this not full screen anymore so I can actually see what else I have? Not Skype. This is insane. Yeah, this window is just full screen and I can't move it or change it. No, it's just taking up the whole screen and I can't move it. Okay, try again. Let me... Because it's got this thing where it says enter and exit full screen, but that doesn't seem to do anything at all. Yeah, everyone can hear me. That's a good question. Oh, you're not gonna stream yourself, okay? Now this may look like Excite Bike, but
So the tweet that's gone out, so I'm not gonna tag you. It's a bummer, but I mean you're pretty findable, seeing as the name is the exact same with the exact same logo. But I said about to go live on Twitch racing RixterGT at Mega Man 2, or alternatively we'll spend an hour trying to figure out how to stream on Twitch.
yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. Why are you playing Sight Bike?
This is just the demo on the NES Mini Classic.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to get the batteries for my thing. I actually decided to charge them ahead of time because that cost me valuable seconds in the last race, if you recall. That's a catchy tune, by the way. Dr. Mario.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Sonic's got a pretty good soundtrack. Mega Man. Old school games have good soundtracks.
Where is... Yeah. This doesn't seem to want to capture the Skype window. Oh wait, no, I think I got it. Yeah, I got it.
What you call? Thingamabob next week. We're doing normal difficulty. There's no way to chop off the top of that? Yeah. Oh, cool. How'd you do that? Look at you being all fancy.
Sliding things around. I got all these, like, just black image captures.
You know what you're doing. Holy cow.
Alright, this is the wrong box. Alright, so it'll just disappear.
The world is veiled in darkness. The wind stops. The sea is wild. And the earth begins to rot. The people wait, their only hope, a prophecy. When the world is in darkness, 4 warriors will come. Aw. I was like, man, I never read the... We're doing Galaga? In the year 200X. Okay.
Classic.
Right. Well, if you've got, let me stop talking for a second. I'll just talk. I'm trying to get some audio in the past for me to listen to.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor, Lannon? Just talk a little bit so I can hear how your audio sounds on the stream.
Yeah. How's this sound? Can you hear me? Can I hear you?
You're a little quieter than me, but you're still audible. I mean, I'm okay with that because then I can just talk over you.
Oh, I see.
If I just talk normal volume, I'll talk over you.
Alright, I think we have...
We got critical mass and ready to go, unless...
Mostly... similar windows here.
I'm just going to stay on the select screen, but I'm just going to take a look and see how this looks going around.
Yeah, I kind of want to see full screen too.
I think Skype is definitely superior to Google Plus for this. Skype looks good. This looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
This is sold, man. We are ready. We got to get these T-shirts ready, man.
Right.
We're gonna stream. Like, come on, let's do this. You actually probably are hitting some milestones on your channel. Like, if I hadn't messed us up and missed last week, but anyway.
All right. Well, I think this is as good as it's gonna get.
Okay. I noticed mine's a little smaller than yours. That's cool. That's fine.
Yeah, I was trying to make it the same size, but since I can't capture the window part, I have to just grab
That's good enough for now.
Yeah. Alright.
I don't know how much of the overview you looked, but just as a reminder, Flashman has item 3, which is the like little hopper thing that goes up the wall. Airman gets you item 1, which is like the little like propeller things you can land on. And Heatman has item number 2, which is, or Airman has the rocket rather, like that you can jump on and it goes across the screen. And Heatman has item number 1, which is like the little propeller thing.
Yeah, I watched a little something, but I don't really remember. So do we start with Flashman? Is that the recommendation?
I would recommend the order I'll do. I'll give you some advice. Is I do Flashman, then Airman. Part of the reason is these two are some of the easier to kill without a stronger weapon, and they give you those. Quickman, you probably want to use Flashman's thing. Those are the things that come out.
Mm-hmm.
And then in terms of weakness after that, Quickman is strong against Metal Man. Metal Man is strong against Bubble Man. Bubble Man is strong against Heat Man. Heat Man can one-shot Woodman. It's a charging weapon, like that comes in 3.
Yeah.
Woodman, in theory, you would use against Airman, but Airman is actually just super easy to beat with your blaster sight. I don't ever use like Woodman's weapon. And then Crashman is weak against Airman. And then, by the way, a recommendation for that, just so you know, because I don't want any like underhanded things for winning. When you're fighting Crashman, you want to rush at him and jump in the air, because he does a jump thing and he'll usually miss Airman's attacks if you just try and shoot stationary, but if you jump in the air, you usually hit him.
Okay. I'll try to remember some of that.
All right. Yeah, that's everything.
Cool. Let me go ahead and plug in my headphones real quick so they don't die halfway through this.
Sounds like a plan. All right, we're going to beat the 20-minute mark to actually start up.
Sorry, what?
Oh, and is there any way for you to change it to Mega Man 2, or I don't care, just for searchability?
Oh, yes. Mega Man 2. Alright.
Alright.
Cool.
You say start whenever.
Alright. Ready, go.
Very auspicious. Alright, so a reminder, because it's been like 3 weeks now, I had to cancel last week. Just had a tough set of bedtimes. It's a wonderful part about being a parent. But we are playing Mega Man. We're going to try and play through the original 6. I believe there are 6 Mega Man games that were on the original Famicom or NES system. Myself and RixterGT are racing through these games. If you can call it a race, we did Mega Man 1 3 weeks ago. We did that 2 weeks in a row. The first time, neither of us beat it, but you actually beat the original Robot Masters. The second time, you actually won by a pretty convincing margin, in part because there was a jump level that I just kept failing on, which was kind of embarrassing. The good news... Mega Man 2, like many of the 2s, like Mega Man 2, Sonic 2, what's the other one? Super Mario Brothers 2. All of the 2 games are just the best in the series, right? Everybody accepts this.
Yeah, we will just accept that as is.
You're going to let me... Thank you, I appreciate you letting me slide up on the Super Mario Brothers 2. Okay, but... So, the good news... Oh, man, just missed an E thing. Just lame. But there are plenty of them. The good news is, so what happened last week, or the last time we faced on Mega Man 1, is essentially there was one level that was super jump heavy. And I just repeatedly could not get past this jump. And what I will say is good about this one is there are not a lot of levels like that. And really there's only kind of like 2 iffy spots. I would say the spikes, which we've made reference to a few times, that you land in RixterGT. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow up your spot, though you're findable on Twitter as Landon, aka RixterGT.
Yeah, I don't...
Is the spikes in the bubble level, and then also one of Dr. Wily's last levels. So those can be insta-kill, and there is a dragon that can insta-kill you. I'll also try and give you a heads up, because again, it's a tricky boss. There is a boss fight where you have to use Crashman's weapon to defeat all the enemies, because they're like these little bots that fire at you, and you have to do a proper order because you'll run out of energy if you don't use it wisely. So, but the good news is it's not as rough as that. And then also we kind of learned Mega Man 1 was pretty unforgiving in terms of kind of like a checkpoint system. So, like, you'd get all the way to the end of the level, you'd die, and it'd be like, okay, well, we're going to start you back 3 hours ago. Mega Man 2 doesn't really have that issue. So, this should, in theory, be more of a kind of fair fight, right, so to speak.
Okay.
Or at least less boring. Like, it's not just going to be like, oh, can you jump correctly? So
Yeah, redoing the same thing. Yeah, hopefully not. I did already die, because I don't know what I'm doing here.
no.
Can you remind me? So we pick up energy tanks in this one, which the previous game did not have. And those are an item you can carry around, and when you use it, it will refill your health. If
Just
we...
health, yes.
Yeah, and if we run out of lives and have to continue, do we keep those energy tanks?
You do not. But what I will say personally as the good news is that really... What the heck? Sorry. Oh my goodness. My controller, this might be another battery issue. Because if you watch on my stream, I just died. My controller stopped responding, so that's fun.
That's not good.
But yeah, whatever. It's fine. Okay, that one was just straight me though. But so I'll give you a heads up here. I did it and failed, and okay. Now I'm behind you. I was in front of you. I'm behind you. That's funny. But what I was going to say is, so you can actually watch my stream to see this, or my feed on Landon's stream. If you use the Flashman weapon where you're at right now, all of those bosses don't do what they're doing, which is send little drones out to attack you. And you can...
Yeah.
And you can just jump.
Oops. Yeah, I probably should have done that, but instead I'm doing this the hard way.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are... Like, this is another one of those, like... Old games love instant death by falling off the bottom of the screen, and this is another one of those places.
One thing that's nice about this versus number one, which I had a real complaint with, is kind of a standard convention of a lot of old Nintendo games, Sega games, etc. is if you're hurt, you're like temporarily invincible. And Mega Man 1 did not do that. And so Mega Man 1 would have a nice combination of spikes plus that. Namely, an enemy would hit you, it would knock you into some spikes, the spikes would kill you. I'll give you that as a heads up. It may or may not matter. I know like professional speedrunners do it. But like in this one, if you're in a place where an enemy hits you and you're like near spikes or lava, you will temporarily, you'll stay temporarily invulnerable. So that's kind of useful because it means, and in fact, like I said, that's what some speedrunners do, which is you actually, to save time, instead of killing an enemy, you intentionally just run into an enemy temporarily invulnerable. Good piece of advice on this screen, we're on Airman's screen, and I've done this a few times, is your inertia when you get hit, just if you keep forward, it's really useful. Because if you don't do that, you can fall off. Okay, good job. So like if an enemy if you get hit and you think you're going to fall backwards, press forward, your inertia will be recorded. I in fact just did it if you watch on mine. But also, and there's also a trick which I don't know well, which is kind of similar to the last game we saw, which really is that you can press select and save your inertia, which can help in some cases. The strategy for this man, the airman boss you're about to go to, is just jump over his things, and he's really weak to your normal P blasters. That's why he's one of the more popular start stage, because him and Flashman are both weak just initially to getting attacked.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. As you mentioned, Mega Man 1, definitely a game changer, but classic Nintendo, kind of very hard. This is one of the greatest games, and it really does hold up. Mega Man 3, I've been watching some playthroughs, and it just seems kind of silly. Like, I don't know, the bosses just don't seem as iconic, and I don't know,
Mega Man 3?
Yeah, although interestingly, this one was crowdsourced, so I believe Mega Man 1, what happened is they were given less of a budget, and the way they got design for these is fans actually wrote in. So
yeah, I saw that on one of these videos, and that was really interesting. I had no idea because it's such a classic series. Like you didn't realize that number 2 almost didn't get made because the first one didn't sell well enough, I guess. And
well, it was. I mean, this is kind of classic with a lot of old studios, especially when they're kind of smaller. Is they just didn't have the people power, right? So it's like, okay, well, Mega Man 2 is by every convention a hit, but another game like a Mario game or whatever is a bigger hit. So it's like, okay, we're going to put our resources into that. By the way, what I was just talking about, like, yeah, I just got hit and jumped through.
oh yeah, I just saw that.
Jumped through a beam. So anyway. Oh, that's a major mistake that I just did, and I'm going to regret that. Okay.
I always liked Quick Man. I always thought he was really cool.
He is cool. He's quick. So do the same thing. I know you are actually well aware of this, but the original Mega Man, he was called Rock, and they introduced Proto Man as his nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, you got to watch, man. This is cool. Actually, don't watch and get distracted, but what I just did on your stream was really cool.
Oh,
I just,
wow, that was awesome.
Oh my God. So what I did by accident, by the way. Oh my God. What I did by accident is I used my flash instead. So now you're in front of me. I used my flash instead of air in this little area here with little dark guys. And so that cost me. All right. I am really mucking it up.
There's these fire guys on Quick Man's level. Like, what are they doing here? Oh, crap.
Okay. I might just die intentionally and start. This is embarrassing. It's like the worst I've ever done on this level, and literally a rookie mistake. Just what I'm actually going to do is...
Oh, no. Ran out of...
So what you're going to want to do where you're about to go is ideal world. Well, so ideal world, don't do that. Ideal world, what you want to do is on the next part. There's like two little ledges. Since the things don't start until you're actually in there, you can actually like land on a ledge and get yourself better positioned for... Oh my God, these hate me, man.
I know, I'm not gonna be able to get past this, I don't think. Ran out of...
well, what I'm doing, and you can see as I'm trying to spawn...
Oh, that's probably a good idea. Another classic old school game thing to do is run back and forth, making the enemies respawn, because especially old Nintendo games, enemies either spawn or despawn like as soon as they're off the screen. Like, it doesn't really have the memory to keep track of anything past that.
Fun thing is in Mega Man 3, there's actually a bug where I should have learned how to do that without Flash, so anyway. But it was actually a bug in Mega Man 3, kind of Space Invaderies, where more spawning on the screen caused the game to slow down. So, like in speedrunners, like they'll shoot ahead of time, and it's not for any reason other than, hey, I want this to go as quick as possible. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. I'm not having a lot of luck getting Flashman.
This is fun, man.
Yeah, this is like... I thought you said this is going to be less boring for the viewers. This must be excruciating.
God damn it.
There we go. Okay. Now watch me die since I fall down here. Now, Flashman's power, it doesn't last the whole time, does it?
No, it runs out. Just gonna die and respawn with full. Like, I have never had this much trouble on this part. I've actually done some practice. This is humiliating, but is what it is.
Oh my god, that was too much trouble.
You did it. Nice.
Yeah. Man.
Those are pretty easy with the airman weapon, by the way. So
Oh, really?
FYI. Yes.
Well, now I don't have any Flashman's power left to fight Quickman. But
This Quickman's a pretty easy one to beat, just with the normal weapon, which is nice. And in fact, Flashman's only takes off half. Well, you know what I regret on our last stream? We did not talk enough about the Not Quite Human series.
Did we not?
I'm gonna reiterate the point that I liked. So back to robot talk.
Okay, robot talk again.
So one thing I really liked about Not Quite Human as using Data as compared to Chip in Not Quite Human is in one of the early episodes of Star Trek. I've already said this already, but repeating it. In one of the early episodes of Star Trek, Data is playing poker. Oh my god, it's driving me crazy. Data is playing poker and just plays really poorly. And the whole emphasis is supposed to be, oh, poker's about like human and reading emotion and all this. Mm-hmm. And the exact scenario that happens is Data ends up really far in a pot that has a lot of money. And so let's do some boring poker stuff here. A concept is just that one guy's stage all over again. Funny. In concept in poker is expected value, namely the idea of if you are betting or calling or doing anything, you expect your probability of winning to be at a certain level. And you're basically, it is all probability. So this is a thing computers have just nailed, which is namely, okay, I'm just going to estimate my chances of winning are 1 in 10. I'm given odds to win at, 1 in 20 or whatever. So that's positive for me. So that's the kind of thinking. And so the situation Data arrives in one of the earlier Star Treks is Riker keeps bluffing him. And then at the very end, Data just leaves for a very small amount. And he's just like, oh, he's like, yeah, clearly I'm beating because why would he keep bluffing? And then at the end, they're like, oh, didn't you realize that he was bluffing you? Okay, so you are far ahead of me, but I did it with things. So I'm going to call myself the winner there. And that's why I also stopped. That's why I also stopped. I need to get just a wired controller for this, man. This isn't one.
Did your controller die?
It didn't die. It pulled up another screen.
Oh.
What? Very weird. Okay. Well, if I lose by 10 seconds, I'm gonna blame it on that. Okay.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so expected value is kind of just the basis of, I'm gonna get new batteries. Again, this is fun. This is a rerun of last time.
Let me get out
Exciting to listen to.
I'll pause it here. I'll wait for technical difficulties.
Yeah, I'll take the appreciate. This is on me. I mean, I really like this controller that I have, which is wireless, but like, what is really frustrating is when the batteries apparently get to about half level, which is annoying because I'm using like a rechargeable, it just starts glitching, but it doesn't really show you. Like, it looks red.
Oh.
And then when it gets below that, which happened last time, it when it gets below that, then it starts like disconnecting. But okay, and I'm back.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so let's get all the way back.
Okay.
See if I remember expected value.
Expected value. Data should have known better.
Yeah. All right.
That was a pro move right there. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
What'd you do?
Sweet Mega Man jump.
Good job. Okay, so, but expected value is all about that. Who is winning easily? By the way, El Mariachi, I didn't think of looking up any more Robert Rodriguez stuff, but easily Landon, because I took forever on the Flashman, but, oh nice, that is a good one there, you got the extra E-Tank. But I definitely failed on Flashman, but got a moral victory in that I was able to beat it without the weapon, which actually is kind of cool, because I don't normally do that, so. This boss, I mean, you're going to take an easy lead here because this boss goes very quick. Oh, what's going to happen? Let's see. This should be easy. It's like, takes like 3 hits with a boomerang.
It was easy.
Yeah, so why'd you say, oh my god?
Just how easy it was. I just couldn't believe it. Now I'm getting equipped with Metal Blade.
All right, well, let's talk expected value again, because I've been trying to for whatever. But yeah, it's just probability. Computers are good at it. And so Data in the first Star Trek, The Next Generation, where he's playing poker and he's confused why Riker would keep betting, he would still say, like, the way that scene should properly end if Data is supposed to be an android and cold and calculating and has a bunch of knowledge, which, as I mentioned on the last time we podcasted or streamed, or whatever you want to call this, I basically noted there was already a book out about poker theory at that point called Super System, which would have brought up this exact point, which is to say, Data would have said, I think you are clearly winning. I don't understand why you would bet this. Oh yeah, this is the spike stage. Don't die on the spikes.
I just died from falling off the edge by a tiny little frog. And can I just point out that this hurts my eyes? I don't know how it looks on stream, but this
stage.
This is painful, yeah.
It hurts everybody's eyes, you're right. But yeah, Data, the way that scene should have ended is Data should have come back and said, I think my odds of winning are 1 in 20. However, the odds I'm getting are, 1 in 100, so I will make the call, or whatever the inverse. I'm messing up math. We're computer scientists. We're not good at math off the top of our head.
Right. We have...
You open up a terminal. Oh, dude, on the computer science thing, I'll talk about this next, but I've been working on some multi-threaded stuff.
Yeah.
I actually, and we'll talk about that in a sec. I don't want to get too far off on a second tangent. So, but yeah, Data would have known all that as a computer, and I hated that. And like I said, that exact same scene shows up in Not Quite Human 2. Again, 2s are always the best.
Right.
Shows up in Not Quite Human 2, and in it, he basically just wins at poker, and he says, "Oh, this game is just probability." And as soon as you understand that, it's easy. So it's like, Not Quite Human 2 is I keep praising it, but was really good in at least some regards of that at the time.
So is it your opinion? I just want to get this on record that Not Quite Human 2 is better than Star Trek, or?
Oh, easily. Actually, like, okay,
realistic?
here is the rough part. I mean, we were saying, we were kind of noting this about old stuff. We're talking nostalgia and stuff that ages well and doesn't. Mm-hmm. And I will say that, like, Star Trek: The Next Generation does not age as gracefully, in some parts. And also, like, what people might not know about Star Trek is, like, the Next Generation. Gene Roddenberry, who created the original show, and then also was around for the start of The Next Generation. In, like, the first season, he was kind of like, I don't want them dealing with, like, human issues. He was like, I want this to be, like, straight sci-fi. They're dealing with, kind of like thought experiment stuff. And like that can be cool, but it's just boring. And of course, like what people remember about Star Trek is the wonderful characters. Like Picard's awesome, Worf is amazing, Wesley Crusher, everybody's favorite. Just
Right.
like, oh my God, Wesley Crusher, one of the most timeless.
If only there was a Wesley Crusher too, right? Then that would be.
Yeah. And that by the way, that's one of those. I put him very much like Star Wars kid Jake Long, I think, who played Anakin. It is just really unfair to have child actors put in kind of badly written or produced or whatever you want to call it things, and then kind of blame them, because I think Will Wheaton got a lot of hate for Wesley Crusher, and the reality is just the writers just always use Wesley Crusher, that's a hard thing to say, as just kind of like the go-to magic boy.
Right.
And of course that was very frustrating. It's like, oh, okay, Data's this brilliant computer, like that's more advanced than anything, but of course Wesley Crusher is going to be the one that figures out this complicated math program, or Worf's this amazing warrior, but Wesley Crusher is the one who's going to solve it. So it's like,
yeah,
it wasn't really his fault. So same point. And then like Jake Long, same thing. Just like he wasn't the right actor for the role. And in fact, like if you watch like Jingle All the Way, he's like a good actor. So it's like that's like a bad script and a bad story, and it's like not his fault.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I was kind of shocked actually by Not Quite Human 2, in part because it's not findable. I found it on YouTube. So it's a Disney made-for-TV movie, or probably ABC, because Disney Channel and ABC. And you can't find it on like Disney Plus, which is kind of bizarre. So I just found like a bootleg copy on YouTube.
Really?
And you can also tell how much the studios. Yeah, that is definitely Phil Amarachi says. Yeah, it's
yeah,
very.
I agree. Like they usually just. Well, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Just more annoying than anything. But.
Well, I mean, I guess the few things, right? So usually child actors have constraints, right? Like about how much they are allowed to work, which is why twins are so popular. So child actors, they have constraints on how much they're allowed to work. So from a get-go,
wow, that's close. Just ignore me.
All right. But yeah, from that standpoint, they just can't be as good as adult actors who also have more experience because they're adults.
Right.
And then it's usually hard to write for them. I mean, that's one reason I've heard about like cats on TV shows, which interestingly enough, Data has a cat. But like cats just are hard to train. So getting cats on TV shows, getting animals on TV shows, the reason they're not realistically portrayed like a lot of people might say is just because it's hard. Like, so it's like the same thing. Oh, interesting. I've been on the Lost kick from a child actor perspective, and they got screwed there because Lost is a 6-season show, and they have a magic little kid that was like integral to the plot in season 1. And it's like, well, I certainly hope they don't hit puberty and grow up a lot on this show that's supposed to be taking over like a 3-month period of time on an island that's going to take 6 years. And that's why, for those that are fans of Lost, that's why Walt was written off the show. But yeah.
Well, this is dangerous.
There's some clipping stuff on this one, but I haven't looked into it. So like you can fast forward through an entire frame by using item 3 to like push yourself into the ceiling. It's kind of cool.
Oh.
But I don't know how to do it, and it's like pixel perfect. And I mean, with most pixel perfect stuff, it's not like it's super hard, but it is not easy to do, and I haven't done it. Oh my goodness, that's embarrassing.
No, oh man, I gotta.
So in theory, this one you would want, like, this is one of those where it would vary. So those bricks are susceptible to Crashman. So the stage is obviously easier if you have beat Crashman stage.
What's cool about Metal Man's weapon is that you can shoot it in like all these different directions, which is unusual for like a lot of Nintendo games, really.
It's cool about Metal Man's weapon is I keep dying. Wait, that's not cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now we got these. I'm sure I'm gonna need to go up there. All right, let's try this. And then they just stop. Who designed this? Like,
Who designed what?
Like all these like invisible blocks.
Yeah, it's like a staple of Mega Man.
Yeah, and it's so random.
Those little metal slinky things are weak to bubble, by the way. Oh, and if you don't, this is actually kind of key. So if you don't remember, it's going to be key to winning the game. But bubble is the requirement for beating Dr. Wily at the end. So it's the only weapon Dr. Wily in alien form is susceptible to. So make sure you have bubble at the end of the game.
Interesting. That's what I'm just taking my skateboard, my hoverboard to get past all this because, seriously.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. It's pretty standard. You're like, I'm going to do the thing that everybody does.
That's right. Tried to be the cool guy and not use it, but it's not that cool. I do like... Did that disappear right before I picked this up? I do like the fire or lava flowing through these pipes. I don't know where it's going or what it's doing, but more mysteries of Mega Man.
Should have sound on.
What is really going on here?
I mean, we were having that kind of discussion last time of like, whenever you think about a level in an old school video game, you start asking yourself questions like, okay, so the story in this game, in theory, right, is Dr. Wily got a bunch of robots, or Dr. Light made a bunch of robots, Dr. Wily stole them, and now, right, Mega Man's got to fight, get him back, and protect Dr. Wily. So that's like the go-to story, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the enemies got loose. All right, so did this robot that just escaped, did it find this cage? Did it like find this like fireplace and was like, this makes a lot of sense, this is my theme? Or is it like, hey, I'm fire-based, I should really, really, really like build a fire thing? Was that the thing?
So do you think the Robot Masters built their own layers?
Yeah, that's the question, because from like a logistics standpoint, it doesn't make a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, well, I always thought like Dr. Wily built everything, maybe.
But like that also gets funny from a storyline standpoint, right? I am right on your heels, thank goodness. So it'll at least be a race, unless I fail miserably at something. Okay,
yeah,
but
Mega Man 2 is the same. Yeah, you get items. The difference is Dr. Light, this is our creator here on screen. He will give you special items on certain bosses. Kind of like on Mega Man 1, there was that weird magnet, like, platform making thing that was just kind of out there. In this one, you get other random power-ups, but they're from Dr. Light himself.
Us syncing up this way made the most boring viewable section, because we are literally both just screening text. Congratulations, we both just got item 1. It's like the most boring. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so the question being, okay, so Dr. Wily steals these robots, which are all valuable, right? And they know he did it. It's a problem, right? That's why Mega... And like, you run into... Okay, so there's a possible story. I'm going to do some work for the writers for him.
Okay.
So Dr. Light has to equip Mega Man to be able to fight the Robot Masters, and Mega Man was supposed to, I believe, at least in the cartoon, he's just like a house cleaning robot. So like, I think his arm is originally like a vacuum, and it gets replaced by a blaster or something, right? I think. I don't know. I could be making this up too. 80s cartoons are great. So at least in Mega Man 1, you could make the argument that, all right, Dr. Light needed some time to get Mega Man ready to fight these bosses, so Dr. Wily has a head start, and that's why he can, like, make all these complicated levels. Mega Man 2 doesn't make any sense, right? He steals the robots, Like, does he have time? Like, how does he have that much time to just build levels? We were making the same observation with like Bowser, and that's like a Super Mario question. Like, how does Bowser have all of this time to just like make these interesting? Were they there and he took them over? Did he build them? If he built them, then And actually, I was going to say in Super Mario Brothers 3, they kind of answer that because there are kings at all of the different castles. So
Yeah.
it's in Super Mario Brothers 3. I guess the answer is very clearly he. Oh God, that was almost embarrassing. In Super Mario Brothers 3, it's kind of answered they're there and Bowser invades. Whereas in like Super Mario Brothers 1, since Toad's in every castle, it's just like, okay, so Bowser just had time to build an intricate set of castles. Oh, actually, let's build on the lore, man. Does that mean in Super Mario Brothers like 3 that the humans in the Mushroom Kingdom have like usurped Bowser's rightful territory, and that's why the kids are all like taken over?
I don't know.
Think about it.
I will. Wow,
Good.
This guy's immune to metal.
Who's immune to metal?
These chickens.
You just turn around and then let them jump over you and then keep going.
Yeah.
By the way, I will give you bonus points. I'll give you like 1,000,000 bonus points on the next phase. You can dodge. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to power up your heat ray.
I should have done that before
All the
walking
way.
in here, huh?
You got to wait until he starts up.
Okay.
And you can one-hit him. So you got to wait until his bar is all the way up, and then you do it. But it is possible to completely avoid the leaf.
Kill me.
Oh, no, you got plenty of time. How are you going to die? What is going on here?
I had like no life. I don't know.
You just what?
Forgot what I was doing.
You distracted me so much that I actually like inadvertently lost a few frames going into the password stage there. That was sad, dude. That was sad.
Wow, I didn't realize that thing powered up that high. Easy. First shot.
Yeah. Like, fourth shot? That was your fourth shot at him. I'm counting the other shots that you took on the life you died, dude. That's how it goes.
Best and worst
Sorry.
Mega Man. That's a good
I think
question.
Mega Man 2 is seen as like the best of the originals, I would say, clearly, of like the ones. I didn't get as much into X, the ones on the next gen platforms, and those are regarded as pretty good ones too.
Yeah, I never played X.
Mega Man 2 of the like original, I would say, of like, let's talk staple series.
Yeah.
I would say of, let's say, what am I going to go for? Sorry, I should have gotten rid of these guys first. Of let's say the major franchise, so let's say Mario, Sonic, and like Mega Man and other games. We can start. I'm going to be curious your opinion on Metroid when we get there. But so I would say of like the original on like the old systems, I would say it goes Sonic 2, Mega Man 3, or Mega Man 2, Super Mario Brothers 3 would be how I would rank kind of those like classic staple ones. Of Zelda, a lot of people really like Link to the Past. My favorite game is Zelda 2, which is not seen as one of the better ones. Like,
that's probably a unique opinion there.
My two favorite in Castlevania and Zelda on the original Nintendo, my favorites are Castlevania 2 and Zelda 2, and those are like both regarded as like whoopsies in otherwise great franchises. So I'm a weird guy. But I would say Super Mario Brothers 3 and Mega Man 2, Sonic 2. I know that's a different one. Now I'm curious, Metroid, and then like I said, Link. I think Link to the Past is kind of regarded in the old school ones as really good. I think Ocarina of Time. I mean, I know you're starting to get into Super Nintendo or N64 territory, but that was just a revelation. I spent 3 hours on a bus and spent $60 in high school before I had like a legit job to go buy that after playing it at a friend's once. Ocarina of Time is just amazing.
Yeah,
it's an amazing game.
It is. Yeah, like I agree. Like Mega Man 2 has always been my favorite. I actually own the physical copy of Mega Man 2. It's the only one I have the original Nintendo cartridge for.
Ooh, nice. I'll give you $20 for it.
Nah.
I should see. I wonder what it is one of my favorite games, so I should just see how much. Probably not that expensive if you're not going for a graded version, right?
Yeah, no, they kind of went up in price a little bit. They used to be like $5 a piece. I say used to, but I'm really old. But they did get a little more pricey, like as far as Nintendo games go. Still not that expensive, of course. But I feel like there's a different weapon I should be using here.
I always go with metal. Metal's just your friend.
It's the only one I can.
Because you can do any direction. And usually with those birds, the ideal world is you want to hit the egg before it hatches, of course. So unless you're in a good spot to like collect it, because then you can collect a bunch of items.
But I went up the wrong ladder.
Ah.
Because why shouldn't that be possible?
Because you want energy. If you watch, you can one-shot him, and I did it in 2, which is a bummer on the boss.
With what?
Air. You want to do air. You want to run. Is there a difficult? I mean,
see, no.
Yeah. Oh god.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, like, this level that we're on, like, who designed it? Like, this is clearly made by like an insane robot or something.
You can use your number 1 if you want to get that E-tank, which I did on mine. So you can go down, get the E-tank, use the number 1.
Just did that.
If you want to. The Flashman level is one of the places I thought we'd have issues, not as bad as we did. Thank God you were just as bad as me, and I have no excuse to my comment. We're coming up on an area which I would argue is another place, one of the only other places in the game I'm really worried about.
I forgot what you said to use already.
I just use air. Air,
okay.
Run straight at him and jump, and you can even one-shot him if you time it correctly.
Yeah, like this level makes no sense. And Crash, man, like, what even is he?
He's a guy with bombs for arms. That's another question we should ask, since the original storyline is that Dr. Light, like, co-opted all of these guys. Like, what was their original purpose in some cases? Like, I mean, I guess I could see, like, okay, Heat Man, I give it to you, right? Like, okay, well, maybe it makes sense to give a robot that can help power things or heat or whatever. Okay, Airman, I'll give you Airman. Leaf Shield is just kind of confusing, but all right, I guess. Not really seeing it, but...
To answer
Watch.
Oh my gosh, this question, there is usually like a better order, because some bosses are easier to kill with just your normal gun, and then you can start using other weapons and power-ups to fight the other bosses.
What was interesting that we did, and I still think it's the fine order, is that you're going to want to use your 3, not your 1 on these walls, by the way, because you're going to need your 1 for a big gap, and I'm actually on it on my stream, so just as an FYI ahead of time. Don't use 1, use 3, because you run the risk of running out of 1 energy, which you'll need later for sure. Okay.
I remember getting here as a kid and being totally stumped as how to get through this part. Probably because I ran out of the wrong.
Now here, let's see if I jinx myself, my controller dies. This is one of the few spots in the game I'm worried about. Which is, I'm about, this is such a misleading thing. So it's got these classic blocks classic Mega Man. You jump on these blocks, and then, oh my god, this dragon shows up behind you, and if you're not ready for it, he knocks you in and you die immediately. Good news is here, the strategy I'm using is you just get on the top, and even if the dragon hits you with a fireball, you just fall back and you're safe. So, boom. All right.
Oh,
one of the few areas.
That's the part I've been dreading, like, as well.
Yeah, because you have to jump. You have to jump across these blocks before him and beat his pace. And it's one of, like, as you noted, on this one we have these e-charger things that are super nice. And the one issue though is you can so that means you don't have to worry about health. They do a pretty nice job.
Run out of this. Oh no.
Out of what?
It's number 3. I'm messing it up. Here, I can...
But yeah, Mega Man 2 does a pretty nice job. Oh my god. Well, I just gave you a little bit extra time missing one of the easiest jumps in the game that no one ever has trouble with. So that's fun.
Good.
Yes. Also good.
Yeah, the dragon is really cool, and that's one of the things that was really cool about these Mega Man games is they have these really large bosses and enemies when you really didn't see that much on the Nintendo. And in the way they did some of these, like the dragon, like the Nintendo couldn't have sprites that large. It was a hardware limitation. But what? So I don't like that. So that's the screen goes black and he shows up because he actually is the background.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's clever.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Why can I only have 3 of those?
Thank goodness. All right. 3 of what? You can do. Okay, so what should you can only have 3. Kind of ran out of time there. You're gonna want to. So I'm gonna walk you through this because yeah, it's not fun. I hate jump things, especially if you're not prepped.
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna want to launch your first one there. So go to the bottom of the ladder. Launch your first one there because then it will run out of time. Then it will die and you'll have time to launch a 4th. You can, in theory, time it to do 3 from where you're standing, but I would go down the ladder, point left, and then launch.
Like on the next screen or just down here?
Yeah, on the same screen. So see, watch. Go down, and it's hard. I'm a little in the past, so.
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh, so up a little. This is also the fun part of these old games is like going screen. What? Well, you're supposed to go over one. Just...
Yeah, I get that now. Now I understand.
All right. Okay, I think you've got that. You should have time for a 4th now because that one dies, and boom. You can, I mean, in theory, you can time it so you get all 3, like if you put them far enough apart. But it's just that way's easier. That's the noob way.
What weapon did you use against the dragon, or did you just shoot him?
Oh, it's totally. So for the next, the big bosses that are coming up, the dragon and the like guy on the thing, it's both a quick thing. Like the dragon, as long as you can get to that top thing and just spam it, you should kill him. And I would recommend, on the off chance that you get low, you should be plenty fine on your E's. So just having, it's more than fine to waste an E here if the dragon hits you a few times, because as long as you get yourself to the top platform, that dragon can't kill you by knocking you off. The only way it can kill you is via damage.
Did you say Quickman's weapon? Or?
Yeah, so the boomerang. If you spam the boomerang from the top shelf, you'll beat him pretty easily. This is like the stage, the little guy that puts himself together, but it's much easier. And the only trick for the one that I'm coming up on that'll be after dragon is you just have to be really fast. But to that point, I am actually just going to burn an E because at this point in the game, it does not make sense to die on a boss.
That was good advice. That worked for the dragon. Yeah, hitboxes are a little lenient in Nintendo games. It's just the general area of the screen, and they'll just call it a hit or a miss.
Boom. All right. Well, I mean, it has. That's what's really funny. I mean, we took a computer graphics class together, and we learned about ray tracing. And actually, I'm going to use that as a nice segue to jump off to concurrent programming, which I've been working on. Okay. But yeah, I mean, basically, ray tracing is if you're trying to make a computer pretend it's a camera to get really nice, realistic-looking photos. That is super computationally expensive because you're trying to like calculate intersection. It's like super complicated geometry. And so that's what's kind of amusing about a lot of the stuff when we're talking like in Mega Man, if you've got...
No! Oh, he chased me on that. On my
What?
hoverboard and knocked me off.
Classic. But yeah, so if you think about a Nintendo game, it's a computationally, like, I don't know, I'm kind of out of practice on my big O notation, but if you think about it, if there are two guys on the screen, there's me and like this fish that's trying to hit me. The amount of calculations to calculate if I hit that, this is one of the few places I'm worried about dying.
I should have kept going.
And I did die. Good. But yeah, so like it just goes up exponentially as you add more and more things, and so the cheat code around it is you basically just try and come up with clever hacks. And so when you were talking lenient collision stuff, that's one of the well-known tricks that neither Landon or I is doing on this is called zips. And the way that works is with some of these items, with item 3, with item 2, with item 1, the calculation it uses is not Mega Man's location, it's the location of the object. And so if Mega Man jumps on item number 3 and the item starts moving, it recomputes Mega Man based on item 3 because it is so computationally expensive to recalculate both Mega Man and oh my god, I knew that was going to happen. This is, well, you're going to catch up, which is the good news because I keep how many boxes I have. Right. But yeah, so it's like old games cheat because it's computationally expensive, and then you're able to take advantage of that because it would be impossible. And as I even mentioned in Mega Man 3, where the graphics get a little better and the sprites get a little nicer and all that jazz, that's the point where like every extra enemy on the screen slows down the game noticeably.
In Mega Man 3?
Yeah, Mega Man 3.
Yeah, that was something that came up last time, was talking about slowdown, and it is kind of interesting because there are some games, like the original Mario was very simple, and so it didn't have slowdown, not that I can remember, but it was super common in Nintendo games. Alright, I think I'm going.
Yep. By the way, apologies, I didn't give you enough heads-up timing, but you would have wanted to use the flash. A common thing in speedrunners is to use the flashman on that corridor. So you don't have to. Well, it's interesting. Like you can refill all of your items and stuff really nicely on those with metal.
Yeah, that was kind of necessary at the time. Ah.
All right. And to your point, sorry about that little mic thing. Yeah, this like giant boss, as you're pointing, apparently, yeah. Well, that makes sense. So the boss is the background, and that must mean the boss isn't moving; they're literally moving the screen.
Yeah, they're just doing whatever background stuff.
That's a Futurama joke. So I don't know if you remember, there's an episode of Futurama where he like clones himself, the professor, and the like new guy, he's like trying to figure out how the spaceship that the professor has designed works, and he's like, this doesn't make any sense, this is stupid. And then at the end he says, oh, the ship does, like the ship isn't a light speed ship, like the ship doesn't move, it moves the universe. Mm-hmm. And so that's interesting on the Mega Man. You're like, oh, you can't make a sprite that big, but you can just make a background that big and then move Mega Man in the scene.
Right.
That is really clever. Oh yeah, so actually, by the way, I have been doing multi-threaded programming for real. So I'm in Ruby. I'm a Ruby developer.
No, I should have used an E-tank. Dang it!
No.
Didn't realize he was doing that much damage.
You weren't. You weren't. Well, I guess I didn't stream, so you couldn't be listening on my feed. I said
that's too bad.
At this late in the game,
I had no warning. I had no idea.
I said you should just use an E-tank at this stage in the game because it doesn't make sense to lose to any boss. It's a real bummer.
If only I had a
stat on that advice.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been doing legit concurrent programming, and that really gets interesting because I mean, even to what we're saying, right? In old school Nintendo, you were beholden to the processor of the Famicom Nintendo Entertainment thing. So it's like you couldn't even be clever. It's like certainly we can get to a point now where you're like, okay, we'll just get 2 processors and this is easy to multi-thread. It's like, no, in that way, like old game developers are just like awesome because it's like, hey, this is this piece of junk computer that you have to code on, and we're going to be using it for the next, however many years. So just deal. And then conversely, when the new ones come out, it's like, and by the way, now you have to train yourself on the new system super quick if you want to compete. So hats off to game developers, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
So I think the proper method here, which I didn't do, which I just mentioned, might do. Oh, you should watch. I just saved myself in theory in a pretty ridiculous way. That's stupid, but anyway, I did it. Good job. But yeah, like multi-threaded programming, which is like taking advantage of multiple processors and stuff. So you could even make stuff go fast on a, you can make, if you can figure out how to properly split your code, you can make it run super fast, which I've been doing with Wordle and I'm very excited about. And I thought you might get a kick. This makes no sense in a Mega Man stream, but it's kind of fun and you might get a kick. So Ruby, by default, only has 1 thread. So you can make, Ruby supports threads, but you basically just have 1 thread that's running all your code. So you are beholden to the speed of that for whatever you want to do. So I'm actually using JRuby, which is the Java virtual machine. Like it basically, Ruby is an interpreted language. So, but the JVM is compiled. So I'm using JRuby, which compiles your Ruby code into Java and runs it on the virtual machine so I can get pure multi-threaded. Thought you'd get a kick out of that.
That sounds complicated.
Yeah, it's pretty easy actually.
Nice.
Here's the one downside is like classic computer programming. So there is a front-end bundler called ES Bundler that's really common for Ruby on Rails. Now it's like become the new standard. And it's really standard for Ruby on Rails now. And oh my god, thank God! All right, I almost messed up this stage. So ES Bundler is Rails 7. It's fine, right? It's fine.
Okay.
Now, JRuby. Okay, same point. I'm using an E.
That's a pretty big fish.
JRuby, you're kind of constrained by the compiler. You're constrained by a version, and so JRuby, it only works on Rails 6. So if I want the fastest backend for my Ruby code, I have to use a worse version of the front end. And if I want a better version of the front end, I have to use a worse version of the... I know, I hate this one. This is the part you're on right now. I was focusing on the so this is the one part, that part, Quickman and the Dragon, those are the 3 parts of the game that I thought there would be problems with.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to expect here, so this might be...
So I'll take a look real quick. So I'm at the fun part where I'm just beating all the bosses again.
This has always been the most irritating part of Mega Man, are the spikes. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Well, I think I kind of lost my train of thought when we were talking about, but that's the annoying part is like, in this game, you have these E things, right? And you can, okay, so you're going to kind of want to jump into the top right, go to the left.
Unfortunately, there's like a 20-second delay, so I've already done all this.
That was good. Nice job. Nicely done.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna chalk that up to my good advice.
Yes, thank you for that.
But yeah. Actually, that was our first 2 streams because vintage video games isn't geeky enough. Mm-hmm. One was reviewing a school project we did together, and the other was building a Wordle solver together. That was like version 1. So, yeah, and I'm on like version 20, which is using JRuby
I don't know what I'm doing.
concurrently.
This guy.
Yeah. Just the quick boomerang. Quick boomerang takes him down.
Okay.
And you can jump onto the platform next to him.
Gotcha.
I tell you in the past.
Nice.
Do it yet? Or I can't tell.
Yeah, I got him.
I'm in the past. Good job.
Easy. Wearing my pink pajamas.
Yeah, so here's the funny part. One of the bosses you're going to come up on, like I said, you're going to really want to time it right, needs the crash bombs to beat. And I mentioned that when we're talking weaknesses, because this is very rock, paper, scissors, right? Like every one of the bosses is weak to another one of the boss's weapons. Mm-hmm. And the one I just did was Airman. Airman is weak to crash bomb. But you have to use all of your crash bombs to get to this final boss stage. So it's like, on any typical run, you never really get to use crash bomb on Airman.
Interesting.
Indeed.
There's invisible floors.
You can use the bubble to detect them, or you can just like use number 2.
Can I actually jump over this, or do I need... You do need it, don't you?
Right.
Feeling I'm gonna need all the extra lives I can get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe. At this point, you're pretty close to the end of the game.
Yeah, but I have to beat all these dudes again. Oh my god. Oh. You are going to beat me.
We'll see, I'm on 1 life with 1 E-tank, but I should be okay. That's interesting. Watching your frame, I can see how I missed up the angle. It was harder to see on my screen, but I can actually see on yours. That's kind of weird. Like it's going too fast.
Actually, you can only hold 4 E-tanks, can't you?
Yep.
There's no point in picking that up. Alright.
Well, you're going to go through the floor. The trick, by the way, if you want to get those, is you go on the one below it and you use a 1 to hop up. So you don't try and hop over. You go on the floor below it and use a 1 to go up through the floor.
Okay. Oh man, I'm way behind you.
So you're going to get to this part, and the advice, by the way, is this part. This would just be mean if you hadn't watched a walkthrough, because it would just be a cheat code for me, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play you like that.
Wow.
You just go all the way to the right on the very last Wily on the second thing. If you literally just hold right and jump where you need to, you don't get hit. But otherwise, there are these little like lava things dripping from the ceiling, and they'll just wreck you if you're not, like, they take a ton of damage. But it's a case where, almost like in the movie Labyrinth, if you just keep going the same direction, you're fine. Those that remember, in the movie Labyrinth, the trick early in the movie is she's like walking down this long corridor.
I should not have done this. Oh, no. Hate it when you get all these cool drops and they just land on the spikes, so there's nothing you can do about it. What's the deal with this on this?
Oh my god! No! Sorry for your listeners whose ears had to put up with that.
All right, cool. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, Mariachi.
Oh man, now I feel extra bad because like I literally could have won right before they left, and I missed by one thing.
Yeah, you were super close. That was.
I was one hit away. I was literally one hit away, and I did a bad jump. It's very embarrassing and humiliating. I feel shame. I brought shame to the family.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, I missed it. And these power-ups do not last very long before disappearing, do they?
You do not. Take a look to your right. Take a look to your left.
Oh, did you do it? Nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna die.
Okay, so
it won't let me hit start. No.
Okay. In theory, like what you can do as cleverness is. You got an E? Got an E?
Yeah.
Use an E if you got one.
I already did.
Oh, I don't know why I'm in the past. You can either watch Lynn and try and beat this boss, or on the right, see the end of the game.
Yeah, I may not finish getting through this. We'll see.
I'll see if I can walk through, depending on how far you get. Because yeah, it's like you're almost past the hardest part. Okay. Use a 1. I would use a 3 to get up the wall there, so you've got a little extra 1. Yep. What am I doing? I'm pretending I'm in real time.
I do like getting your advice. That was exactly like what I did, and then I.
Unfortunately, that was a mistake.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to beat him, am I?
You're out of crashes.
So
That one, what you could have done, one of two things. Either A, you could have placed the crash bomb right above the little door, and it would have killed both the door and the thing. Or you use number 1 to get all the way up, and then kill it that way, which is what I did.
So what do I do now? Is there anything I can actually do, or am I stuck?
I don't think you can beat this without the crash bomb, if I recall.
That's insane.
I know, right? Who built this level?
Like that, you have to do it right, or just die.
No, what? Why did it start? So what? Let's see. What boss is this? I'm gonna do some googling for you. To boss. Crash bomb. Other weakness.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, 'cause you only have 1, right?
And Flash didn't even stop him. He still killed me.
Oh, really? It goes through Flash.
And now I don't have... And see, because then when you restart, you still don't have any crash. So you can...
Yes,
like,
I mean...
you can just be stuck forever.
Well, the one thing that I noticed on this, and this actually happened to me, that I'll say is good, is... Like, you can collect all these E-tanks, right?
Yeah.
But it's not like pivotal. Like I could, like on the last Mega Man, right? Like that little boss that reconstructs themselves.
Yeah.
Like if you're not in good shape near them, you're just dead. Whereas here, even if you die, like you don't start that far back, but it's still frustrating in that you're out of.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you don't know how to do that boss, you just can't beat the game.
Okay, I'm looking at the highest rated guide and walkthrough. I'm going to see if there's like a trick or something. Oh, where did my screen go? It's still there somewhere.
I've got this habit of like just jumping down these ladders, which is going to get me killed.
That is definitely going to kill you, yeah. All right, bad news. Just looked up the game fact. The only weapon that works here is the crash bomb.
And you can't even like sit here power loading on these guys because everything just falls into the spikes.
You kind of can, but it's a pain. I mean, I'd almost advise. It depends. Like it's on. I feel good, right? Because I mean, I gave up on my run on Mega Man 1, so now we're even 1-1.
Yeah, like I'm definitely not going to finish this because I would have to sit here for.
Well, I mean, you can just die and start over. That's the question: is how far back in time does it take you? Because that would be my advice: is you just and it's a bummer because I was watching you in the past. Is you just did the crash order wrong. You had to, and you have 3 E tanks, so you easily could have just you had more than enough 1 and more than enough E. So that's painful.
Yeah, that's annoying. I do remember this part. Like, it's crazy. Crazy.
Interesting. I'm like frozen on your screen.
Really?
Huh. All right, and it starts over. Well, these guys, you can. Yeah,
I guess
I would use the air cannon, by the way. Air cannon automatically kills the top things.
Okay.
Okay, we got 1. So we only got 4. So you can go back. He's there. You can use the air cannon automatically takes him down. And of course, you get that.
That gave me nothing.
I still want to see you beat this, so let's see if you can get by this part. Yes. All right.
Oh no, this guy's standing on the other one I need.
It's actually kind of entertaining. It's like watching the past.
Ooh, I got it. Alright. I'm gonna take some more damage unnecessarily.
Well, yeah. For the love of God, it's okay to use your E things in that little stage because you got 1 and like also if you saw me.
Oh, good.
Like,
now there's 2 of them. That's right. I did that for a free life.
Oh, good job. Oh yeah, and we definitely enjoy the old school Mega Man.
I'm just gonna die here. Maybe. Would that be dumb? That'd be kind of dumb.
No, go. I mean, it would be stupid to go in there, die once, and then just start from scratch. It'd be my 2 cents. But I mean,
yeah, because there's no way I can survive this, or I could use an E-tank immediately.
Yeah, but I mean, how many lives you got? You got 2. You just got that extra. I would just burn the extra life and save the E-tank.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
That's interesting. These berries are already gone from last time.
Oh, that's extra easy then now.
So I guess the strategy is die.
The strategy is the strategy is actually clear all the walls once, die, refresh on the little guys, come back and do it again. The only reason like speedrunners don't do it is actually this level's not that horribly designed. Okay, I think you can do this, man. You got this. Just don't die on a spike, please. I'm in the past. Please don't die on a spike.
I will try not to die on any spikes. That would be really disappointing. Man, these games used to make me so nervous as a kid, like getting this far.
Okay, cool. You're giving me an intro into another one of my fun tangents I have preserved for just such shows.
Oh, good.
Which we have talked about. So the wizard.
Yes.
Because I know you're like, Dre, there's one thing you never bring up when we play retro video games. It's the movie The Wizard.
Something.
Also, for those that don't know, I sponsored a podcast on the Small Beans Network on The Wizard. How much I like the movie. Okay. So you should check that out, The Wizard on Small Beans. I think YouTube would be my go-to. It's a nice place to see it for free, and yeah. Okay, but The Wizard. Wizard got some infamy because there were people that claimed, including Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert, that it was not believable to the people that know video games because there is a scene in it where, what bridge? Bo Bridges, I think? One of the Bridges brothers, not Jeff Bridge, but one of the Bridges brothers in the movie. And he's playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is one of the most ridiculous. Like, this game isn't that bad. I mean, you know, Landon and I, because we're old and weak, had some trouble on some easy phases and like probably made speedrunners cry. That are just like, it's just right, left, and it's not even like that frame. It's like not even frame precise on like those little dots. So. But at one point he's like, I don't believe it. He's like, I beat Super Shredder. I got the like Ninja Scroll and whatever. And he's playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's in what? Sorry, I'm watching you in the past now.
How am I doing?
Well, you just threw a 3 needlessly, which is kind of weird.
Well, I forgot which one was which. All right, they're just.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. 1 and 3, they're like almost the same. But so everybody was noting that on this thing we're watching, he's at the very beginning of the game and his score is like 100. And so you've got enough to just kill that wall and then take it out, would be my 2 cents. But I'm in the past.
I considered doing that, and then I was like, you never know. I might shoot the wrong direction or something. Like, something really dumb.
But anyway, so he's playing and he's commenting on how far he's gotten in this game. And if you look at the screen, his score is 100 and he's at the beginning of the game. And like Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel are like, people that know video games know that's not the beginning of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, harumph. And my take was he could have been bragging about how far he got and then he had to start over because that's how these games work. So he could have been saying, I don't believe it, I almost beat the game, and he's starting over. So I actually thought that criticism of the Wizard was wrong. And the reason, we've actually talked this before, I forget on which episode we've done, but the reason the Wizard had that issue was actually technology-based. Because old school, we're streaming, like literally, we have computers, you and I just tell Twitch, we say, hey, take this literal feed of my sound and my audio and my video off of my computer direct. And it does it, and that's amazing. But back in the day, if you were trying to record someone playing Nintendo, you had to record the screen or have a specific video output. And so that's not a problem if you're trying to record just the gameplay. But if you're trying to record people playing the game, which of course in a live action movie about Nintendo happens, it is really hard to record someone playing a cathode ray monitor because it's going to stream. So they actually had to like come up with custom monitors that showed replay of games to make it visible. And so all of the footage of the video games they had to have was stock footage given to them by Nintendo. And so, of course, it's somewhat difficult to write a script around footage you don't know that you'll get. Around footage you don't know that you will get and try and make it sound believable. And actually the dialogue about the stuff is pretty good. But it gets a lot of hate for that scene, which I'm angry at because I'm like, no, it would make complete sense for him to get to the very end of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, lose all of his lives. I believe that's one where you can just run out of lives because you have like 4 turtles. You run out of lives and it just says game over and you have to start over. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but that's fine. So that scene didn't bother me. There is a Zelda 2 scene where the music doesn't match what he's playing, which is wrong. And then he slightly messes up because he says the barbarian. And in Zelda 2, there is a boss called Barba, who is not the barbarian. So I think that was a mistake on the actor's part, misreading the dialogue, where he was saying, I got this key and I just got through Barba and blah, 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 blah. And it also, I've commented on Zelda 2 and the Wizard being really clever, is he's playing it, they're getting their car repaired. And
what is strong against Airman again? Sorry.
Crash, but you should just use your normal thing. But you should try Crash because you actually have a few extra to use. Yeah. But it actually makes sense because that was one of the novel parts of the Zelda franchise, Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, is it had memory. Because that's why this game, Mega Man 2, it has passcodes, and the reason it has passcodes is the reason it. Oh, I think he's one that you can zips. I think you could like do the select trick from the first game. I could be wrong.
Oh, really?
I may be wrong, but yeah, that was the novelty of Zelda. Is it had memory, so it actually makes sense that he's playing Zelda 2 when they're at a gas station and he's so far in the game. That's the end of that story. How many lives you got?
I have 1 life.
Okay.
But that's
1 or 0?
1. So
it says 1, so you have 2.
Right.
You're fine. You got this. I mean, you got 3 E-bars, and I'll tell you there are 2 tricks on Wily. You've got this. Okay. Yeah, you've already gone. You're going to want to use Metal on Wily. Metal works on the first 2 Wilies. So you can just go straight. No, not Bubble. Not Bubble. You want to be on Metal, dude.
Yeah, I changed it.
Aren't you? I'm in the past. I don't know what you've done.
Alright, I'm going to use an E-Tank, I guess. Already.
Actually, you're kind of low on. I think you can. I forget what else is good on that.
Can I? Alright, well, we'll try it.
Let's see. Wily strategy. I think you can use like quick if you run out of metals. But yeah.
Which I just did.
You're fine.
Try quick. Yeah, quick is good.
Okay, so this next one, the key is you're about. I hope you're almost done with this one.
Yes, just finished them off. I'm at the castle screen.
Okay.
Going
This next one does
actual ending.
It's only weak against Bubble. The alien is only weak against Bubble, and he goes in a figure 8 formation. So what I would do if I were you to just practice. Okay, go all the way right first. That's what I'm saying. Just press, hold right, and jump.
Mm-hmm. Good thing I remembered from when you said that before, because this has
I mean,
already happened.
I was going to say, it's not like I've said other things before that you've then forgotten.
It's true. I would not trust me to remember pretty much anything.
But yeah, so the boss goes in a figure 8 formation, and you want to hit him at the low point with the bubble. So you can just do a jump. You don't want to get hit. He really hurts you hitting you. So you just want to kind of learn the timing of his figure 8 to be able to jump kind of right in front of him and hit him with the bubble twice when he's at his lowest. And you just repeat that. And you've got like 2 E's, so you should be fine to be able to do it. And now I'm going to watch. Let's see what happens.
I'm going to be very, very cautious.
You're doing really, really good at this with getting him with the double bubble, like just like intuitively. Have you done that before?
Nope. I mean,
like
I've beaten this game before a long time ago. But
yeah. But I was gonna say you getting the double bubbles each. Like when I did it, if you watch on my run, I messed it up. Despite being cautious, I actually messed it up. But I just like went super safe. Well, holy cow, we both beat it.
Sweet.
And it only took us what? I think from when we started, it took us about 25 minutes to get going, so only about an hour and 15.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
And like the time, let me do this, because we of course were honorable people, so we didn't use zips, not because we don't know how, but because
totally not because we don't know how.
We are honorable.
That's right. We're just doing the right thing.
Okay. Zipless worlds.
Then Mega Man slowly walks home for
All
several
right.
seasons.
Okay, well this is interesting. So the world record, do you want to hear it? Do you want to feel bad?
Yeah.
27 minutes 16, but that's tool assisted. So there's a category of speedrunning where people can use like computers to help, so they play it, but there are cases of like pixel perfect jumps, etc. That kind of require a assistance of that. So boom, we both beat it. All right, I'll let you finish any thoughts, and then I should probably get going on other life stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, this was fun. This is it is really good. The crash part was annoying, but it wasn't impossible to get past, even first try. First try, like without having to start over the game.
I didn't realize you could just go back, because that's actually interesting. Is like, depending on how you're doing, you could have just like take out all the walls, die, rush back through, get it easily. So yeah.
Yeah. It's also interesting that I'm just watching the credits here where it's saying number 10, number 11 for the what are they called? The bosses.
Bosses. Yeah.
Do they have another name? So it's like continuing them from the first Mega Man. So like the first one in this is like boss or number.
Oh, gotcha. Nice.
So
that makes sense.
Number 14. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to both get through this one.
Yeah.
I appreciate the advice along the way. It would have taken much longer without some hints.
I mean, also, I mean, the difference between you and me in slightness, right, is I obviously like watched the try through and like tried. Like have done a run through before, so it's like it's not a lot of fun to be like, well, watch, I can beat you without the advice now.
Right.
And in some ways, it's nicer for you in that if someone's with the exclusion of that crash phase where I was just a little too late, it's like in some ways it's nice where there's someone who's literally watching and says, now here's what you want to do, as opposed to having to remember it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
especially when it's 20 or 30 seconds in the past. And
that's just always fun. Yeah. No, don't do that.
You idiot.
Like, don't do what? All right, but yeah, hopefully the next one will, Mega Man 3, we'll see. I'm going to have to start studying up, and that'll be in hopefully 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
hopefully. All goes as planned.
Yeah, I might start doing playthroughs of them as well, because what I remember is that the games got harder as they went on. I don't know if that's true or not, but...
Well, 2 on normal difficulty is definitely easier than 1, but that's really just because of they fixed the... what are those points called, like in games? I can't believe I'm dropping this easy common term.
Checkpoints?
They fixed the checkpoint. That was what made the first game just obnoxiously hard, right? Is you die, it sends you back forever, right? Like,
yeah, you could start pretty far back.
Yeah, whereas this one, it's like, okay, well, the checkpoints aren't that bad, so you get past this one hard part, it's not like you're going to die and then have to do it again. So that works. But I agree, I'm gonna have to study up on Mega Man 3 because that one I don't remember beating. At least not recently, so I'll have to see.
Yeah, I've got Mega Man 3 on Game Boy, but I believe the Game Boy games were like a remix of the Nintendo games, and I'll have to double check that, because I think they like mixed up different bosses for like, so like number 3 I don't think has all the same bosses as the Nintendo number 3.
I'd be curious. You should at least figure that out, because that's good fodder to talk about if
yeah,
we're both like dying on a jump or something.
Yeah. I'll check that out. Make sure I'm not making stuff up. But
oh, by the way, we'll give a shout out to Skype. Skype is better than Google Plus for recording these, and so this is a nice setup.
Yeah,
I'm excited to do more.
That worked a lot better, I think.
I'm looking forward to looking to it back, actually. So, yeah.
Cool.
All right, man. It was nice talking. It was nice playing. I will talk to you next time. I'm going to end the Skype on my Skype, so hopefully that doesn't destroy your stream.
Yep, sounds good. I'm going to stop mine too, and well done on the win. So,
oh, yeah. And I guess Nerd Numbers on Twitter, if anybody cares. Although I think the 3 people in the chat all know that. So, yeehaw. Yep. If you're in the future watching this.
Thanks for watching.
If you're watching the cooldown past when we have both beaten the game, Nerd Numbers on Twitter. There you go. All right. Talk to you later, man.
All right. See ya.